Hi everybody, this is Kathy Semling and I'm going to demonstrate primary IV bag and tubing setup for you. So to begin, check your chart for allergies and wash your hands, ID yourself. I'm Kathy Semling, I'm your student nurse, and I'm going to be hanging your primary solution and tubing. Certainly you want to check the 5 rights here. I'm looking at this MAR here for John Jones. Date of birth 10/13/1951, and the order reads 0.9 normal saline 1,000 milliliters to infuse at 125 mLs per hour. So I'm verifying that that is indeed what I have. It's 0.9 sodium chloride. Alright, 0.9 normal saline, 0.9 sodium chloride, same thing. And the third check, 0.9 normal saline, 1,000 mLs to infuse at 125 per hour for John Jones on the 10th of October at 12 o'clock noon. Alright, so what I'm going to first do is hold up my bag and check expiration date. Expiration is good till November of 2012. The solution is clear, the bag is dry, there are no leaks at all. So I'm good to go with this. So what I want to do, the order is for 125 mLs per hour. So what I'm going to do, actually, I did a timing strip for 100 per hour, but I'm going to have to change that now since the order reads 125 mLs per hour, beginning at 12 o'clock noon, we'll say. So we'll start at 1200. My goal at 1 is that I'm at the 125 mark. Okay, that's per hour. My goal at 2 p.m. would be 250, and then 375, and then 500, and then 625, 750, 875, and the final hour, let's time this. So we start at 12, 13, 1400, 1500, 1600, 1700, 18, 1900, and then by 8 p.m. we'll have that bag empty. Okay, so that's how we would time the bag according to the order of 125 mLs per hour. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is open up my tubing, and I do have the primary tubing. And I'll just open up that bag there and take out my primary tubing. It's very important that I keep the tip of this tubing sterile. It has a protective cap on it now, so I'll leave that there. What I like to do is to slide my roller clamp all the way up to the top. Okay, so we've got that up to the top now, and I will close it tightly so I occlude the tubing. Alright, and I am going to remove the plastic tab covering the IV bag and then spike my bag. So what I'm going to do is take off this blue tab here and then spike it. Like that. There's 2 ways I could do it. It's very important to keep that sterile. I'm going to remove the cap there, and I'm going to go straight in like this. That's one way of doing it. Push and then twist. Now, once you penetrate, you've broken the seal. Alright? My roller clamp is closed. Some nurses will spike it with the bag already hanging, which is possible. So you can do that, but I chose, for camera purposes, to do it this way. So I've spiked it. I kept that sterile. I'm going to squeeze the drip chamber. And now what I'm going to do is locate my 2 Y ports. Here's one down at the end, and then one here up at the top. And I like to make sure my Y ports are pointing down to the floor, because that way I can rid the tubing of the air in a more efficient manner. Okay, now I'm starting to, you can see here that it's dripping. As it's dripping and going through, I'm going to flick. And when you flick, you're helping to get the air out of the Y port. And the air bubble's kind of stuck there, so I'm going to speed it up. Okay, good. Now I got that air port, or that Y port completely cleared, so I can let that go now. Got that one done. Now this is my main concern. Here is this Y port down low. I have a basin on the floor that can collect anything. Our tubing in the past used to have 3 Y ports. So I can see I'm coming around the bend here now. You can see the blue solution coming around the bend, and right when we get there I'm going to flick it to get rid of my air. A few more bubbles coming. You want to make sure you clear the tubing of the bubbles. And we're just about done. Okay, that looks good. I did leave this blue protective cap on to help maintain sterility of my tubing. So, okay, once you've done that, what you want to do is don your clean gloves. Okay, so put your clean gloves on, and what I'm going to do is take a look at the IV site to verify that there's no infiltration. I'm going to look at the site, make sure there's no redness, swelling, and tenderness. And I'm also going to connect the primary tubing to the site once I verify that everything is good to go. Okay? Alright, so hello Mr. Jones, how are you doing today? Good. I'm just going to hook up your IV. Do you have any tenderness here down by the IV site? No? Alright, good. I see that it's not reddened, it's not swollen, there's nothing moist around it, so I'm feeling good about using this IV site for now. Okay, I'm going to swab off the port. Good circular friction there. And then I'm going to remove the blue cap, making sure that I don't contaminate this part of the IV tubing. It'll go straight in here. Actually, I'm right-handed, so I'm feeling more secure if I poke it in this way. Push, and then I'm going to turn the lure lock. Twist and turn it until it's secure. Alright, now I want to make sure that this is taped securely, which it is, because we know that the more an IV moves around, the higher likelihood there is of introducing bacteria, which would not be good. Once I've done that, I'm going to label the tubing so that I communicate to the staff when this tubing was changed. I've dated it for 10/10/11 at 12 o'clock noon. They'll follow the agency policy then to change that tubing in 48 or 72 hours. I will dispose of my supplies and then make sure that the IV is running properly. And if all goes well, it appears that we have a good steady drip going here, so everything looks good here. Mr. Jones, I'll be back in about half an hour to check that IV. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.